Welcome back to Let's Play DDO Permadeath. Alright, time to have a go at the Cerulean Hills quests. Okay, haven't made any changes since last time, just cleared some junk out of my inventory. Now these quests will be pretty tough. Should be quite interesting actually. I've been having a hard time against the kobolds. These might be a bit easier because charm will be effective in here in a way that it wasn't really effective against the kobolds just because there are too many of them. On the other hand, my spot is terrible. And if I had a hard time against the kobolds, then the orcs are not going to be pleasant.
The road continues east into territory controlled by hostile Gruul tribe orcs.
Okay, and on the elite, hopefully I don't regret it. I'm just double checking here that I don't have any plus enchantment items that I'm carrying. If I do, then that would be pretty handy, but I don't think I do. No, not that I see.
Orcs patrol the road ahead. The Gruul tribe outpost that holds the captives must be nearby.
Alright, my side is winning. I see, I can't target him at all while he's sneaking. I haven't seen that before. Maybe I'm just so bad at spotting them, I'm not allowed to attack them. Okay. Well, my tactics are sound. My safety margin is pretty small, though. I won't last long if I make a mistake in here.
The nearby totems of Cerulean Hills. The Gruul tribe orcs must have taken over this riverbed only recently.
Alright. Slowly and carefully does it. Okay, I probably saw a red named in the distance. I didn't really want to take on that captain head on. I didn't really need to right now. Okay, the other orc has got aggro. Wow, that guy didn't take much damage at all. Oh damn, he's gone sneaky though. Going for a lot more spell points playing this way. Ouch, this is kind of a bad spot to fight, the visibility is not good. My ally is kind of lazy. Yeah, I think he's dead. Okay, let's do some recruiting. The wave of... I'm not worried about the wolves here, to be honest.
The Gruul tribe has transformed the two islands in the center of the river into a fortress. The orcs must be holding the captives at the very heart of the complex.
Okay, I see wolves now. He's by laying hands on the orc. My ally was not much good there. Could have done with him putting his bow down, really. Come on, wake up. Alright, no lay on hands left, so I gotta be careful here. But I got spell points, so I'll keep going for now.
Somewhere atop the smaller island, a deep orc voice barks orders. It must be the orc commander directing his troops.
Keeping these guys together in case there's the boss on the other side here. He's not here. Okay. Well, there's the caster beyond. Whoa. More guys than I expected out here. All right. Alright, good so far. I think I will go back and shrine now. Don't want to run into that next fight with wolves without my lay on hands. Still, this is working pretty well. Making good use of my spell points. Apart from the wolves, I'm in good shape, and the end fight will be risky, of course, because there aren't so many guys I can charm in the end fight. Yes, I may even deliberately just charm a whole bunch of guys up in the camp ahead of the end fight, because I don't think it prevents you opening the final gate if you haven't cleared the rest of the enemies. But I guess I will find out. I haven't. I don't know. I may have played this fight this way before, mostly using charm to fight the end boss, but I don't recall. It is the kind of thing my pal master might have tried. I suppose I could look back at the video. Alright, the wolves here are going to be crazy dangerous, so I think I will just run round to the enemies and charm them. See, the wolves are really dangerous. They're more than a match for the other enemies in here. I'm worried there might be more wolves. I think I might set some more off when I go up here. Yep, there's another pack of wolves. Alright. Okay. You won't see that fight played much better than that, I think. That was very slick. This is one of the advantages of having taken Spell Focus Enchantment early, which I think is what I have on this guy. It's a while since I built him now. Yep, indeed. Okay. Alright, the camp up here has a lot of wolves as well, but they're one at a time. It's the packs of 3 that are really scary. Alright, the ambush at this entrance here is the other dangerous thing. Who's shooting at me? Damn it. Okay. Allies, save me!
The figure lies inside a nearby cell. It must be one of the captives.
Look, more wolves. Black wolves. More wolves.
Lies inside the nearby cell.
Okay, just about keeping it under control here. Shrouding might actually be tricky here, because I could do it using these charmed guys. I've got kind of a large investment here to just let them all expire. I said they're all in the timeout anyway, of course. Don't know how useful they're going to be, really. Still, let's try it. Yeah, they're a bit far back. And that one's nearly dead. That's not going to help much.
You see a captive inside the nearby cell. Judging from the clothes, you freed Lady Asdul and her bodyguards from the orcs.
Let's forget about him. He hasn't got enough health to be useful. Shrining will be more beneficial, I think. Using lay on hands first, of course. Okay, here we go. Well, these guys are keen. Don't know why, I'm not. Oh, hey, there's quite a few guys through here. That helps a lot. Alright, sit back and enjoy. Is he actually trying to get through to me? Bad news if he does. Don't think I'll get full... Oh, I did get conquest, that's alright.
With Bradley dead, the Ghoul tribe's plan to ransom captives taken from the Cerulean Hills has been ended.
These guys don't stand much chance. Well, that all knocked both the allies down in one go. Alright. Well, I hardly took a scratch in that. And to think I was worried. I wasn't expecting there to be so many allies in there. If it had only been him and the one other orc, that would have been much tougher. It's one of the oddities of playing a charm build that the fights generally get easier when there are 5 or 6 enemies than if there's one. Right, nothing useful there, and done. Nice. And I'm very close to level 6 now, which is a big level for this guy. Actually get level 2 spells at last. Alright. Do I think that where there's smoke will go as smoothly as that? I guess it might do. I always think as that of the as the easier of the two
road
quests.
Continues east into territory controlled by hostile Ghoul tribe orcs.
We don't actually have this rare, so let's pay it a visit. In the quest where charm works, it is an extremely powerful weapon.
The ancient white marble ruins are all that remains of the once great temple to Arwe, goddess of agriculture. Offerings from desperate farmers are still left, and from the looks of the land here, rewarded.
Alright, rubbish loot, but it was some XP. There's a shrine quite close to the quest, so I don't have to mess around over here. Scaled for normal rather than elite, these wolves are no trouble. So the farm is dangerous because there are some very large groups of enemies. They come in slightly larger groups than the captives, which I just did. However, charm should still be effective in there, and it's possible to avoid the main fight against wolves. There's plenty of shrines too, so I can afford to be just as liberal with the charm as I was in the previous quest. So in theory, we should be good. I wasn't confident this guy would be able to do these on Elite, but he seems well able to do it now. He seems better off in these quests than in the kobolds. Kobolds are more dexterous for dodging the spell damage, of course. And there are too many of them for charm to be very effective.
The caravan blocks the road to the west.
Alright. This won't be easy, but based on the previous quest, I think it's okay, providing I continue to play with care. I guess I've got to be a bit more worried about enemy spellcasters in here. Base strength 12 though, so I shouldn't get incapacitated by Ray of Exhaustion, which is one of the typical risks against the orc casters.
Things look peaceful on the road to Nash's farm, but the hills echo with distant shouts and the barking of dogs.
Alright, who's left? Did he just heal, or did he, maybe he just punched some rage or something of that kind? Okay, that was pretty clean. I think charming one guy and helping him out is sufficient for the small fights. And that's probably the most efficient use of spell points. But he will need lots of help, of course. Yeah, didn't make a good job of that one. Should have let them shoot each other up a bit more first.
The Orc raiders have thrown up a crude barricade across the road to discourage anyone from returning to the farm.
Right, that's a big group. Not sure where my other allies went there. Guess they're still in a fight. This is a dodgy bit. I never really liked going through that blind entrance there. The Smite Evil is actually a pretty handy finishing move for this guy. I'm sometimes just a few hit points short of killing something. Alright, that also went quite cleanly. This might be the first character I've had to play through solo that needed to rely on charm quite this much. I've played wizards before where you've usually got a bit more crowd control and attacking spells, area attack spells by the time you're coming through this quest. But this guy doesn't really have anything other than Charm Person to go on right now. Charm Person and Shocking Grasp for the finishing touch. Okay. Let's take one of these dogs back. Think about what I'm doing next. Okay, I've got the sort of halfway fight coming up. Hey, that must have been my other charmed guy. Let's get this other dog and deal with the ambush here. Might as well deal with that while I have a couple of dogs standing by. On the one hand, there's a risk that the dogs get killed in the ambush, which loses you some XP. But I'm more worried about dying here. Alright. That ambush can easily catch people out, especially if you come back to do this at the end. People kind of assume they're running for an empty level. And on Elite, it's a fairly nasty ambush to run into solo. Okay, that's created a big mess. Raving Feebleman's a real pain. Maybe I should have saved that for the end fight. I guess I'll be buffing myself more in the end fight though. Alright, quite a mess up there, but I've got plenty of guys on my side. That's a bit better. Low on spell points, got to keep an eye on that. Okay, who's alive? Just these two of the group down here. Alright, definitely going back to Shrine. It's a fairly dangerous fight, the next one. I should be using Hypnotize more too. I forgot I had that as one of my spells. And I only used 2 of my lay on hands, and one of those just to top up when shrining. That's pretty good going. I have aggression already. Misadventure is a third of my kills. But there is the very big end fight still to go, and this big halfway fight to do. Surprised I have aggression already, really. Maybe some of the enemies in the end fight don't actually count towards the target. It seems like I've only killed about a third of the enemies. Well, I would have thought so, based on what I remember. Okay, they can be unnamed in this fight. But not today. Damn it. Damn it again. Alright, now, you can't go up the ravine there, but that's a lot of wolves up there, which is basically the most dangerous, maybe the most dangerous place I could go at level 3 on this guy. Certainly, not going to go up there by choice. One wolf on its own is problematic. Going up that ravine where there's 10 of them would not be a good plan. These guys cannot shoot straight. There are walls off to the side here too. Alright, I'm playing it safe here. I'm going to go back and shrine. I thought there might be an ambush on the way back, which is why I walked past these guys, left them charmed behind me. But nothing happened. I think I will take this dog to the entrance first as well. It's almost tempting to take the dogs to the end fight in this one, given that this guy is going to have a somewhat dangerous time in the end fight, but let's not be cruel. They wouldn't live for sure. And I'll have lots of charmed guys who are more expendable. There's the dog. Nice. So, if I survive this end fight, I will be leveling up for the next video. I've definitely played this end fight using charm as assistance before. I probably haven't played it with charm as my main weapon before, but I've certainly played it using it as a helper, and it does make it a lot easier. There are a lot of orcs running around, and this guy can't take a lot of damage, but this should go smoothly.
Smoke rises in the distance. You'll need to act quickly to save Nash's house from the flames.
The boss in here does throw quite a lot of attacking spells. Not a lot I can do about them on this guy, but fire resist is the one thing I do have, so I'll take it. Alright, equipment check, everything looks good.
Angry orc cries bellow from behind the house as the flames go out.
This is certainly not a quiet way to play this fight. I would love to have the cleric on my side. Hard to get a land of will attack against those, though. Alright, I think the majority of the enemies are fighting for me now. Okay. Yep, that went well. Yeah. It's elite, alright.
The local orcs will think twice before raiding another farmstead in the Cerulean Hills.
Okay, very nice. Well, that should make a pretty interesting video. Alright, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.